Welcome back to the DMV's Vibe podcast. I'm Miss Pink.
And I feel the swagger.
And today we have a special guest with us, none other than the CEO of M.A.D, aka Making a Difference, Mr. Prince Ham. Thank you for joining us today. Yes, sir.
Welcome.
That was very low. That welcome was like,
My bad. Welcome.
Happy Sunday, y'all. Happy Sunday.
We wanted to have you on the show because we know you have done a lot of work in the community, and I wanted you to talk a little bit about your nonprofit, and then we'll talk later on about your business as well.
Okay, thank you. So again, I want to say thank you guys both for just having me on you guys' show. I appreciate it, especially having me on this good Sunday. Just a little bit about myself. My name is Prince. I started M.A.D in the year 2017. That year alone, I probably went to more candlelight visuals and funerals in 1 year than most people probably would go through in a lifetime. So, in that same breath, I wanted to change the narrative inside my community. That year alone, I started a book bag drive around my neighborhood, which I funded over 250 fully loaded book bags. And while doing that, I made sure I made brought the community and made them be involved as well. Did the book bag drive outside the Fridays when it just kind of opened up inside Sula that year as well. Did the book bag driving out there. We did face painting. We had moon bouncers and brought different artists and dancers from the community out as well that day. So it was a good time. It was a good event. Trying to make the next Barack Obama in that process, right? It's easy to give a child a gun and drugs and all that nature as they see it every day coming out inside their community. So I wanted to just change the narrative and give them a book bag in that nature, right? So again, M.A.D is a nonprofit. We help out a lot of at-risk youth, returning citizens, the homeless, the elderly. I'm a youth coach. But the main thing I focus on, I help out a group of mothers who all lost their children due to gun violence. We use an acronym called SAM, stands for Strong Ass Mothers. And all these mothers are strong. They turn their pain into a purpose. With the youngest one on my team, his name was PJ Evans. He was inside his house eating a taco and he got shot inside of his head. The oldest person on my team was the guy named Anton Meacham. He was 29 years old. He got shot 22 times. And the last person that he called for was his mother. Right. So we trying to change the narrative and be more proactive about it for no other parent had to join the fraternity or sorority. We out here doing book bag drives. We out here helping a lot of grieving mothers and talking to these kids, we teach a conflict resolution, CBT, helping them understand how the brain operates, because a lot of them operate from the bottom part of their brain, which is survival mode. The middle part of their brain is where emotions lie, and the top part of their brain is where rational thinking is. But a lot of us time we operate in the bottom part and the middle part of our brain, which is survival mode and our emotions. We let our emotions regulate before we get to our rational thinking. So we try to teach that for we don't have to have nobody else going to these grave sites, going to these funerals, because no parent should have to bury their children. It should be the opposite way around. So whatever makes you mad, what can you do to make a difference about it? That's a little brief what we do.
Okay. What do you think outside of the loss in your community, what made you want to be like, this is what I want to do? I want to start this nonprofit and this is how I want to move and what I want to do.
Again, it's just saying what's going on inside my community. Tired of seeing children's cry, trying to see mamas cry and fathers cry. Having them saying somebody looks just like them, coming from that environment and showing that you could make a difference about it. Because sometimes they don't have somebody that they can see that can do that. Because you come outside your house, what you see, maybe see a drug dealer, might see the girl that's with the type of clothes, and they think that's what they got to do to attract the other person. A lot of people are facing identity issues from young to old. So just trying to help with that narrative and make a difference about it.
How did you go about getting the resources to continue to build for your nonprofit?
Man, that's still a battle and journey inside itself. Sometimes when you just do the journey and the work, sometimes the resources will come. I just want to make sure you're linking with some people that's likewise and like-minded. And the main resource I got is the man from upstairs. That's my main resource.
Amen.
So what about the relationships that you've built since 2017 with your nonprofit?
I mean, you always want to build relationships. I mean, your network is your net worth at the end of the day. So you want to make sure you collaborate. I tell a lot of people I could do a lot with me, but way more with we at the end of the day.
Did you have any of your friends from the community be a part of your nonprofit?
I mean, I started my nonprofit with actually my friends.
He's the mayor of Suitland. That's what they call him, by the way.
Hey,
He's
whatever.
not the real mayor, but that's what his friends call him, the mayor of Suitland.
I tell people, man, even someone why you don't want to run for politics. I said, man, my politics is really inside the streets and not, and the legal term, right? Because it's too much. They do a lot of lying sometimes, so the people don't really like to lie. Like they would help the people as much as possible and only tell them what I can do. A lot of people get in front of these cameras and lie to you, tell you what they can do to get your vote. I'm not trying to get your vote. I'm trying to help you make a difference inside your house and inside yourself. That's my vote for you to get to the other side, which is the man upstairs. So that's my vote. I'm politicking for.
Mhm. So as somebody who, we worked for park and planning,
Mm-hmm.
did any of
Y'all
those,
cute.
but all three of us did.
All three of us did.
For real.
Everybody, shout out to MNC PPC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they built a lot of, I would say for me, it was a lot of character building because I worked there at a real young age and I went through a lot of changes with park and planning. But did working with the kids change you in any kind of way?
Working with the kids changed me a lot. I kind of started working with the rec because as a kid, you go to the rec. That's kind of like your safe space. All right. I met one of my mentors in there. Shout out to Mike Green, um, a guy that kind of changed my life too. Made me even to get inside coaching. So I started coaching even at a young age, about 17, 18 years old, working at the rec young as well. Because we was already at the rec again, trying to help my friends that's inside there, helping them as a safe space. I'm working up here too, so give me a chance to even build myself into a character as well. Even coaching them, same people my age. so like, so the rec definitely helped me change the narrative. And I was just talking to the young man today um, at AutoZone. He's a coach. And I was telling him the kids that I started coaching with, they was about 4 or 5 years old back then. And now a lot of them are graduating high school and going to college this year. So he's like, yeah, you've been with them 13 years of their life. So just to be that part and being a father and being a vessel for them helped change a lot too and helped me too as a person.
Yeah, I was there for a minute, and I'll say I learned a lot of patience working
Patience.
with kids.
They had patience with me too. I mean, I was a different person.
Man,
That's why again we make a difference about it because I was that person. So I know what direct did for me. Again, I know what type of people, kids come inside there against their safe space.
hmm
They come there and it keeps them out of trouble. I mean, because they could be outside doing anything else. So you help a place they could come play basketball, be with their friends, and don't got to worry about gunshots so much.
how do you manage the stress around what's going on in the community and balance it with your personal life?
Mm, Aside this work, you got to make sure you get some self care. I tell that with anybody, whatever that may be. If it's taking long walks, going outside in nature, working out, doing exercising, maybe journaling, things of that nature. You got to make sure you get that self care for yourself because you can't help nobody else if you ain't helping yourself first.
Amen.
Absolutely. We talk about mental health a lot and how it can affect us in our daily lives and in our community. When you work with kids, how much do you cover involving them taking care of themselves and mental health?
I mean, that's the main thing. Like again, learning how to love yourself first. So make sure I tell them all the time that they building themselves up. Every time I teach a class, I start off with meditation because I make sure they come in grounded. Because they got a lot that they're dealing with a lot of stress, a lot of trauma. Teaching them that form of another form to self care, which is meditation. Make sure they give an affirmation. I give that before the class, and I also give another powerful, positive affirmation after the class, and teaching them how to do that to themselves. First person you should tell that is to yourself in that mirror. Tell yourself that you is a king. Tell yourself that you are a queen. You got to believe that before anybody else do. So make sure they get in that and make sure that we move with love. Like I always tell people, how do you spell love? And over here at M.A.D, we don't spell love Money. We don't spell love XBOX. We don't spell love PS5. We spell love TIME, which is putting time in them, right? For they can understand that, knowing what's your triggers. We don't even like to say triggers because you might have lost somebody to come down. So what activates you? So again, knowing what activates you, knowing what's your suitor. So that's how we got to do it for the mental, for because we become a product of our environment sometimes. So you got to know how to release and escape from that. So get your self care.
What has been the most rewarding thing for you during this journey with your nonprofit?
But just saying the growth of everybody, even myself. Again, like I said, coaching these kids from 5 years old and they graduating. That's a blessing in itself. And seeing mothers coming out certain dark places from losing a child, now turning that pain into a purpose. Um, so it's a lot.
What type of events do you usually have or host?
What type of events that I probably don't
A
do?
lot.
We do a lot of events. I just for brief to let you know, I just did Winter Wonderland down Anacostia Park. Shout out Anacostia Park, friends of Anacostia, which is also one of my second homes. I did Winter Wonderland down there where I dressed up as Santa Claus. Yes, I was Santa Claus, dressing up, skating down there.
Anorexic Santa Claus.
Uh, Take kids out to the basketball games. I had a golf camp. We did a Suitland Peace Walk, which we had the whole community did a big old peace walk. One of the first ones ever when we shut down the streets. Yeah, we got a big kite festival coming up. Um, we did also a Harlem Renaissance at an old folks home. 2-day event was the first.
Senior citizens.
I'm sorry. Yeah, thank you for the correction. To our leaders, to our greatness. So excuse me for that.
Yes.
Yeah, shout out to them. So we did a 2-day event with them, which the first day we pampered them. We did haircuts, we did makeups, we did their nails, right? Things of that nature. The next day we did a whole red carpet affair. We had a live DJ, live jazz band as well. We fed them, had they bring their family out, which was a day just because they are our history. So we wanted to make sure that they were celebrated in the way that they needed to be celebrated.
Absolutely.
No, I've been following Prince for a while. We go to the same church. Shout out to COH.
Shout out COH.
So I think it's really dope. Yes, Reverend Tony Lee and Billy. I just think it's really dope, especially as a young Black man in the community, to give back to his community and his neighborhood, because we don't often see that as much. And I think that is definitely what is needed, especially to those that have lost people to gun violence. And like, he really be going to their grave sites on their birthdays or the holidays, and he puts out balloons and flowers and all that. And that takes a lot, because that's a lot of work in itself, you know what I'm saying? And to remember them and keep their memories alive. So shout out to you for that.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
What has been your biggest reward in not just servicing your community, but an aspect of mentoring the kids? What has been your biggest reward from that?
I'm saying somehow these kids I've been turning and leading by examples. Um, like I said, we got some of them that's even going to politicians. Like I got some of my young mentees going really into politicians. Man, that's a blessing in itself, especially for when we come from. Just saying them just change the narrative and knowing that from him just losing some of his parents and he can still turn that again, pain into a purpose as well. So it's like I got so many stories I can really put out there and shout out to y'all too as ladies because behind every strong man is a strong woman. So shout out to y'all for doing y'all thing as well.
Thank you.
Oh,
We
thank you.
appreciate
We
it.
appreciate it.
Um, where do you see yourself in 5 years with your organization? You know,
Well, in 5 years, hopefully I could still be doing what I'm doing and even pushing to a whole nother magnitude, to another level. 5 years, I could just want to be, hopefully, as an investor, and I can just help even more people that want to come inside this journey and be a blessing to them because I know how sometimes in this journey it's a struggle and some of it be financial hardship. So hopefully I can be a blessing um, to them in their journey
um,
as I build.
yes. For your, I know you have a business as well. What type of business do you have?
Um, I got a couple of
I was
business.
about to say a lot, because I saw a new one on Instagram the other day.
Yeah, actually, that's a so my apologies again for me just being a little bit late today because one business I just started.
He
Actually,
was late.
yeah, so my apologies. But I'm
8 minutes.
8 minutes here, 8 minutes. So yeah, so let y'all know, yeah, early is on time. On time is late, and late is an excuse. So we ain't making no excuses though. But so my apologies for that. But one of the business that I started was actually selling cars as well. So we would be selling cars. So having a car on sale. So I was stuck at the getting these car parts. So that's why I was a little bit late. But I also got a health juice business, which is called Next Gen Herbs, which is high energy revitalizing your body structures. Where we sell sea moss water. We got black seed oil pills. We got 1-day cleanse, 3-day cleanse, 7-day cleanse, Yanni steams, etc. Um, Go inside the schools. We teach, like I said, CBT, conflict resolution.
Can you tell people what CBT is for those that don't know what CBT means?
So CBT is cognitive behavior theory. Again, was how your brain operates a little bit. Again, conflict resolution, what goes in there. Like I was telling you earlier about your survival mode, at the bottom part of your brain, how your emotions lie, radical thinking. Just to give you just a brief synopsis of it. We deal with three C's. With the first C is your choices, right? You can't pick who your mother is. You can't pick who your father is. You can't even pick if you had a disability. Certain neighborhoods that you were born in, which leads to your cognitive, which is your thinking. You might even go to your choice. You can't even have if your mother has been on drugs or if your father's been incarcerated, right? Again, it leads to your thinking, which is also leads to your choices, what you do. So the think do feel cycle. So we go inside there and just break certain that things down and see how you operate to go back to how your brain is activated and what's your triggers. Um, so that's how it goes because your front cortex of your brain. I go on and on about it, but that's a little bit about what CBT
That boy's smart.
What type of training did you have to take in order to be involved with that?
as far as what CBT.
Hmm.
I went through a lot of courses on violence interrupt, certified in domestic violence. We teach opioids because not only do we deal with gun violence inside our culture, the next thing we do is go self-medicate, whatever drug or choice that you choose may be. We losing a lot of kids to fentanyl, so opioid overdoses and things of that nature. So we go inside and teach that as well. Narcan for how you can
Resuscitate someone with the Narcan shot.
do all that, resuscitate them and things like that nature, right? Reverse the what's going on. So we teach a lot of things that in school for you can know that because that's what's killing us even more than gun violence. So even knowing that because knowledge is power and power is knowledge, but it's no knowledge, it's not power till you apply. So teaching those things like that.
Are there any resources that you're looking to, um, any resource that you're looking to enhance your organization?
I'm looking for any resources that can enhance it, period. Anything that they can do to help make a difference inside this community that can help us each other. That's the main resources that I need.
And I know you talked about you're not very um, fond of politicians,
Mhm.
but do you have any relationships or any conversations that you feel that have helped the community thus far?
As far as
As far as any speaking to your politicians and your community, as far as if they're able to provide any resources to you and any changes that they may have been able to make.
mm,
It's given though. It's given very much. You do this
uh,
without
a
the
lot of my
politicians.
I do a lot of my work really without them, man. Would like to collaborate and do more with them. But again, every time you see them, they give you one answer. Then let's get together. We gonna see. Let's talk. And then you got to go through so much, and then there's just so much in between, man. That a lot of lies sometimes, and I don't really got time because people are dying and really need this help. And I just want to show for the camera and the media. And sometimes the media be our worst enemy. It can make an innocent man look guilty or a guilty man look innocent, all about how they portray it. And I don't just want to come with this when the camera's on, but when the camera's off, where they at? They ain't at the grave sites. They ain't at the funerals. They ain't at the courthouses. I'm right there. That's why they called me the mayor, because they seeing what somebody they can see in real time, not just coming when they trying to get a vote. And they don't even know who you are, but you want my vote.
Hmm.
I felt that.
What type of support have you offered the strong ass mothers?
Numbers of support. Again, just showing up, like I said, at the grave sites, going to the funerals. Just having an empty shoulder for them to lean on for a snotty nose when you're going through a situation. Somebody just lost a child. How about just picking up the phone call and just checking in?
Didn't y'all do a stage play as
Yeah,
well?
we did stage plays. We made the front page of the Washington Post. You talking about even the Sunday's paper? We even won competed with USA Today. We won that as well. These mothers out here doing tremendous things, and they gonna continue to keep doing it because what they doing is turn pain to a person. They got somebody that's giving them the ultimate power, which is God. I'm just their brother, just helping, holding their hand along the journey.
Okay. With your coaching and mentoring, what age do you work with?
All ages.
Where do you coach?
What do I coach? You talking about football? You talking about as far as like what type of coach? Because you know I do
What
life coaching as well.
what sport? I'll start with that question. What sport do you
So youth sport, I started with again with my kids when they was 4 to 5 years old. Pee wee football. flag football. So I followed them all the way up to school. Each year as they progress, I just followed them.
So, do you coach them or do you just follow them?
Coached them, both of them,
So, are you life coaching them or you like football, basketball coaching them?
both of them.
Okay.
As a real coach, if you're in tune with them, you're going to be teaching them life skills. But I am certified as a real life coach as well. But you're going to teach them life skills because it's life coach as well.
Okay. I just wanted clarity, y'all.
Because you're becoming a father. For some of them, a lot of them have a father inside their household.
That is so sad.
So that's the reason why even in our culture, why we go, a lot of us sometimes go to jail because 75% of us had a lack of fatherless inside the household. That's just that. So the discipline and structure comes a long way. So you're going to be teaching life skills if that's what you're doing as a real coach. Because guess what? If you ain't doing what you're supposed to do in school, as a real coach, you're going to be sitting down. You're going to learn why you disrespecting your mother. Things like that. Teach them things in life because you ain't playing on my team. You be disrespectful, ain't doing nothing.
I wish my school would hold the student athletes up to that type
It's
of
called
standard.
student
Pew
athletes
pew.
for a reason.
Absolutely.
Guess what? NFL that we tell them stands for not for long. You get hurt, then what? Then what you gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta know what to do with your money, financial literacy, because a lot of us came from poverty. What you gonna do when you do get the bag?
Do you show them 30 for 30 going broke? I feel like that's something that we should start
I need to show
showing.
them 30 for 30 so they see it in real time going broke.
But I know, but I'm
I
saying
got you.
like
I got
the
you.
athletes though, because the amount of athletes that went bankrupt was crazy, and it's like ones that you looked up to, and whole time you just spending money, you taking care of everybody, and I think that's something that especially with our community is once we feel like when we get on, we got to take care of everybody. And I feel like that is a conversation that needs to be had. Because I used to have those conversations with some of these grown men, like, you don't have the whole hood on your back.
Right, but that's why I say why you hitting on the money because it's so crazy. We do talk about the athletes, but we use it so much, even to the rappers. Like when we teach our opioid classes, right? Because there's a reason why some of them got to where they at. Nobody wakes up and just say, "I want to be a crackhead." All right, somebody might be from financial hardship because they feel like they got to put everything on their back, so they don't know even how to release it or how to talk to somebody, so they go use a choice of drug. And I show them a lot of celebrities that died. It might be even from lean, oxycodone, right? All that types of stuff, prescription drugs, right? Even learning that sometimes the woman even is at a higher rate to even overdose on certain prescription drugs, right? Because one, they even go to the doctor more than men, but y'all, everything for headaches, migraines, certain things that's going on with your body. Guess what? You get prescribed to drugs, then you get used to it. And then thinking every time something happens, I need to pop it and take that. And then I never know sometimes the cause effects that it has on your body. But yeah, just that.
How big is the team that works with you?
The team that works with me, we're about 4 to 5. But the community, like I said, volunteers always helps out a lot. And I got a council of elders as also because I do a lot of collaborations, man. So things like that. Also work with 100 fathers. So like I said, we got a council of elders that works with us. Sometimes.
And what upcoming events do you have?
We got a big kite festival coming up the last Saturday of this month that we're doing at the Monument, free of charge.
I think that's the one me and my friends talking about going to. We
Come on
probably
down
there.
there. Just make sure you probably come grab a kite because it was the Eventbrite when we put it up. It went pretty fast, which we happy that it did. We just want you guys to come out there to bring a
It
kite.
did because she told us about it.
And I want all the smoke down there flying the kite. Whoever want that smoke, come on down there. I'm training people too if they want to learn how to fly a kite, man. Because a lot of times it's their first time. So I just want y'all guys to come out.
Yeah, I need to. I've done it, but I don't know if I did it right. It was
And-
in the air,
and
but
to
it
the
wasn't
fellas, it's
high.
not just for the women, man. Come out there and have a good time. Trust me,
Yes,
you're gonna
come
come
out
out
and
there.
frolic
Go
with
out there and
us.
have it. If you got a girlfriend, take her out there on a date. If you got some kids, bring your kids out there, man. Show them something else, man. Show them something else. Take them out there and explore something
Frolic
else,
with the
man.
kite.
For real, man. It's a good time. You're gonna enjoy
You
yourself.
see you in the word frolic.
Frolicking? Yes, frolic.
I cannot.
So we got that. Also, we got like I said, back to the Fathers. We got a big Fathers Day. I'm not a Father's Day, but a Father event coming up April 10th. Down at the MCI Center. It's a Verizon Center. I'm going back in
Not the
Verizon Center.
The Capital One Arena? That's the what?
I'm sorry. Y'all
Been
showing
through
my
so
age.
many
Right
names.
there.
MCI Center. Child, that was 1990. What, 7? 8?
My fault, y'all. But we gonna
12
put it out
different
there.
names.
2000?
We're gonna be down there on the 10th, doing that, having a big discussion. I'm gonna be part of the panel, but after that, you can see the Wizards play as well. Got to rock stuff. Just stay stop and shout out. And Women History Month also got an event coming up down.
Shout out to us.
What's that down Anacostia again? What's that building down there?
I don't know what building that
Yeah,
is.
I don't know about Anacostia.
I'm gonna keep watching. I'm let you know. Yeah, we got that.
It'll be on his social media, y'all.
Yes, and I'll make sure
Yeah,
that
we'll give it to y'all
your
some flash
social
event.
media is tagged. It's tagged in the comments for everything, so people will know how to reach you. Um, as far as your business goes and your juicing, what type of juice do you offer?
We got sea moss water, which is we got different flavors of sea moss water. We got pineapple. We got cotton candy grape. We got watermelon. We got
Great.
cotton candy grape, elderberry apple. We got sea moss gummies. We got herbal teas as well. Ginger shots for you, and especially to boost that immune system. We got regular sea moss gel as well, different flavors of that.
And you make these yourself?
We make these ourselves. Everything organic, handmade as well. Fresh fruits, everything.
They say you got more jobs than the Jamaican right now. That's
Even our
what it
pills,
sounds
even our
like.
black seed oil pills, we make those as well. Our own. We make oil
In
pills.
the house? Hmm.
Everything. Business going on. You also go check out business page out on. We also got a website for Next Gen Herbs.
Next year. Okay. I'll make sure I tag that as well. And you talked about you were selling cars. I did see that you posted that y'all have a lot now. It's open to the public.
So we get the lots coming soon. So right now we go to the auction, we got that auction. So we got a does license and things like that. So we got definitely got a couple cars coming. We got full that we just got yesterday. So they definitely will be going up on the page very very soon. Call I got what you need auto. So we got what you need. What you need, come holler at us. If you need it, come holler at us.
Let's give him Master P. I got the hook up. Holla if you hear me.
Glad you said that, because Master P is one of my idols, man, that I really look up to, man, especially in
Well,
entrepreneurs.
you gonna start making chips and honey buns?
Mad chips coming soon. You know, I had bad chips on my first book bag drive too, 2017.
I'm
Check it
still
out.
waiting for my Mad apparel. Now I've been asking for the last 2
I
years.
gotta make sure I
now?
bring both of y'all. Both of y'all gotta
You
get
know what
mad
I'm
shirts.
saying? I've
Y'all.
been asking
And it's
for
on camera, y'all. So now they got hold it to me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
We're
hold it.
gonna run it back, run the tape back, bring the
Both of them.
receipts.
Sizes and colors. I got y'all.
So I do have a question. So as you are getting ready to enter a new journey in your life of fatherhood.
First time dad.
Love that for you. Boy dad. Because a boy, right?
Yep, boy dad.
So how do you plan to balance all of that and your organizations and your business? Because that's gonna be a lot.
Um, not really. I'm kind of happy a little bit, right? The reason why I say that because it's kind of like being a generational curse breaker, right? For even being in that family. So even when him coming into this journey, he can have a choice of what he want to do. He don't have to worry about so many barriers that's probably been held against his father or his mother, right? So he got different business he want to go to. Like even her having her own sweets, right? Me with the juice business. We also got a home health business about to get started as well. Um, Cars, right? So he'll have multiple options that he can do, but one, I just want him to be himself. Even taking over as M.A.D, right? So putting him to let him know he's a king.
What if that's not what he want to do? The only reason I'm asking is because I've
that's my
seen
point.
this.
So I'm giving her options. That's my point.
Yeah.
I'm saying so he'll have options. Like a lot of people don't have options,
Mhm.
right? To even have to start off like that. So you getting born into something that you have options. A lot of people back is already against the wall. That's their options. They don't have no mother, no father that's even giving them a choice. So they go on the first thing to do is the streets. So if that's not what he want to do, then we're gonna try to embark to what he want to do and find that. But it ain't gonna be street life, hopefully. Yeah, for that question.
Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm very excited. I just want to see. Can't wait for the journey and ready for the journey. That's all.
Love this for everybody but me. Yay!
She literally says this all the
Team No
time.
Kids.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, shout out to the people with no kids as well. I mean,
No shade to the ones that have kids because I love your children because I can send them back home to you.
I was that. I was. That's why I was the uncle of the neighborhood. Uncle of everybody. Everybody bring their kids. Oh, they shop more. They still
Swan
kids. They
had a
ain't gonna
lot of
stop.
kids. Swan Road had a lot of
They
kids.
still do. It's part two now.
Mm.
2.0.
Yeah, I'm happy a lot of y'all got y'all life together though.
Love that.
Part of the journey, is part of growth is called maturity. Hopefully, you mature in the journey.
Absolutely. Um, the last question I did want to ask you involving the community wise, what if you could have a great big number of money?
Mhm.
What would you do specifically in your community to change it to better it?
I don't know if I say this on camera because somebody with all the money might take my idea.
Okay, well,
Not one
um,
of my ideas. I don't get not for real. What I would do, I even build in my own community. Honestly, like
we need to start doing that for y'all.
like for real, like getting even a couple little tiny homes or something to build my own community. So be
I need a tiny house.
a community inside a community, right? So where everybody will be governing their community. Like we'll have our own school system inside there. We'll have our own grocery stores inside there. Everything and it will be founded by the community. So when you're inside the community, you'll be working inside these stores. You will be working inside these schools. Given sometimes when people becoming their first time homeowners inside there, right? For they can learn the system before they when they leave outside the community, they will know how to be inside society. Um, we haven't had to worry about police and things like that nature because if you don't abide by the rules, you will get kicked out the community and things like that nature. Before we can learn a little bit more responsibility and respect for one another, because everything inside there will be moved with love.
If there was something that you could tell your younger self, what would you tell your younger self?
Keep going, don't stop. The marathon continues. God's plan.
We usually wrap our show with um, words of wisdom, um, as well as I want you to tell everyone how they can reach you involving your businesses and your nonprofit.
A word of wisdom: whatever makes you mad, make a difference about it. You can follow me at M.A.D,
Oh, I see what you did there.
making a difference. DMV. You can also go follow me at Next Gen Herbs. And continue to keep being great. And I love you all. God loves you. I love you. Can't do nothing about
Oh, for me.
My bad.
it.
Guess it's my go. Um, what do I have to say, y'all? Let me tell y'all, the week weeked me and the days date me. Last week.
Man,
Sorry, guys.
So how did that happen?
How did that happen?
Yeah.
You know, I walked into the week feeling tremendously blessed and amazing. There were a lot of things that happened in that from Sunday to Monday that made me feel immensely grateful. For one, being honored by COH.
Okay.
Then two, for you posting. So y'all, he was my brother in the skit when I was Bessie Coleman. He was
Okay. Yeah.
John.
Stage play. Hey Bessie.
Um,
hey, y'all did your thing in the play. I was there.
Thank you.
Hey
Thank you.
Bessie. Hey Bessie.
So I felt really blessed to be honored in such a way and to be shouted out in such a way. And then the work just did its thing. Shout out to my therapist. But I really feel like what you put out is what you get back. And um big very big on energy. But I think the biggest thing that I also would like to say to people is if you are someone who is a giver, it is your time to receive. And
Bars.
the reason why I say that is even though the week was rough at work, I still was blessed with the flowers that I was given. And remember last week I said that you should give yourself your flowers. And going into this week, I still feel the same thing. I definitely took a lot of self-care this past week because it's just been it was a rough week. But I will say, uh, allow yourself to receive, because I think sometimes we are people who are always doing for others, and we're always making sure other people are straight. And especially as someone who's an educator, like I constantly pour into other people's children every day. But what my students fail to realize is they're not the only ones I pour into. I pour into adults. I pour into my friends every single day. Um, And
He
so
does. Big facts.
and so with all the things that went on, I realized like I have to allow myself to receive. And so I would say to somebody this week, just allow yourself to receive. Allow yourself to receive. And it could be something small, like holding the door for me, or,
That's making a difference.
just a slight compliment. Because
A lot
people,
of people don't know how to receive
they
compliments.
don't. And that is really something that I am truly still working on at this big age of 36. And I've talked to my therapist about that because it's a struggle, especially as someone who I receive compliments from like my parents and stuff, but I'm like strangers and other people. So I'm now in a space where I am allowing myself to receive. So to everybody this week, just allow yourself to receive. Allow yourself to receive.
You don't allow the good stuff.
Okay.
Can I want to say something to that too, though. First of all, I want to say thank you for this just being my counterpart on stage, as playing as best you can.
You're
Right.
welcome, John.
Thank you. But just for that, cause so the purpose of that play was right. We was the first two to kick off at our church a stage play for Black History Month. Right. First and foremost, we was able to do that. And the thing was that we did a play on Bessie Coleman, who was the first Black woman who flew an airplane. Right. Especially for what our community and we see our country is going through right now. These airplanes. So I want to say rest in peace to anybody, family members that's been affected by that. To us, as anybody that been affected, honestly, by airplanes. All right. So to be in that breath with that and you to do that was tremendous in itself. Right.
No, thank you.
Um, and I think the next thing you're saying this way, certain things even work on, right? And you're saying even be able to receive, because especially
Mm-hmm.
when people out there in this work, we got to learn how to be able to receive. Um, too. And to do this work, you got to learn how to become vulnerable on men and
Mhm.
women,
Mm-hmm.
especially as men. So even being vulnerable for some of these men to go, even seeing therapists. So to my men out there, my kings, make sure if you need to talk to somebody, make sure you go see a therapist as well, because we are going to some mental health. Or find somebody that you can talk to that you can feel comfortable.
Yes, Black man.
um, Control Alt Delete. What I mean by that is like computers, they do make sure you can control or delete certain negativity things around you, people, places, and things, man, because you got the power which is inside you. Don't let nobody control you. Don't let nobody put labels on you. Only thing get labels is boxes, and you're not a box. So make sure we take our mind outside of that. Are you mad or not? Nah, that's the slogan.
I'm here for that. Like
Definitely.
I am so grateful that the past guests that we have had that have been men
Mhm.
have really been advocates for men going to therapists and who have their own therapist. Like my trainer has his own therapist that he goes see, and I really think that is super super dope because and our pastor talks about therapy, our assistant pastor Reverend Bill has talked about therapy, our pastor today talked about God and his therapist, and y'all know heavy on the therapist. So um I'm just glad that you have said that and have encouraged Black men to go seek therapy because it's okay to not be okay, and it's
Mhm.
okay to talk to somebody. Nobody is judging you at all for seeking the help that you need.
Mhm.
Um,
Because the world is a lot.
Yeah. You got emotions. Like I said, and it's okay to cry too. Like I say, even though I got a group of strong ass mothers, but don't you think it takes two to make a baby?
Mhm.
mhm,
I'm about to be a first time dad, right? So you think if I lost my child, you think I'm not gonna cry,
mhm.
Mhm.
right? But they think it's not emotions, not real. When it is real, God didn't just make tears for women. It's
That
okay to
part.
vent and let it go, man, and vent to somebody, and man, let them emotions go because you don't need to keep that inside. It's gonna hurt you internally, physically, and everything, man, all of the above. So make sure you get that, man, if you need it.
Shout out to all the men that's been on our
Man, for real.
podcast
Shout out to
because
y'all.
y'all know we talk about mental health every week. And I'm happy that we have had great examples of men on our show, as well as them always discussing the importance of mental health. And fearless words, go talk to the lady.
Yeah,
Go
please
talk to
go
the
talk
lady.
to the lady.
Go talk to him. Go
Um,
talk to her, him, whatever.
Whoever.
whoever
Talk
you pick. Hey,
talk to the licensed professional.
y'all
Okay.
heard what I
Because
told
you'll
y'all a
agree
couple
with
of
through
weeks ago.
something. They'll agree with you something. And I don't want y'all to think grief is just losing somebody in death. You could lose grief to a lot of things. It's just from a loss of
Hmm.
something. You could lose from a loss of a job, a loss of a spouse, just losing taking the video game from you, man. It's all this. sign of grief. So we got to make sure that we got to learn how to handle a lot of that depression, because you can go to dark places that you don't know how to get out of. So make sure you talking to somebody, man, that you need help from, that you can get help from, even if it's myself or somebody else, because I'm here to help. Hurt people, heal people, heal people.
Absolutely. Um, my words of wisdom this week would be recovering requires relationships, releasing the wrong relationships, and recognizing the right ones. So take some time. I'm going to challenge y'all this week to take some time to evaluate the relationships that you have um, with the people in your circle, people that you call your friends. Some of the people you even call your associates, because you could be hindering your own growth by some of the people that you have in your circle.
Had that conversation.
Yes, so
Didn't I send
definitely,
y'all that? I sent y'all something like that 2 weeks ago. Curl.
I feel like you might
I
have.
did.
But definitely, just take some time to prioritize the relationships that you have. Um, Resources, relationship, and resources to me go hand in hand. So I want y'all. That's my challenge for y'all this week. Thank y'all for tuning
Cut 'em off.
in.
Find me some good resources too if y'all on there. Find me some, y'all.
Thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate y'all, and we will see y'all next
Love
week.
y'all.
Thank y'all
Bye.
for
See
having me.
y'all
Shout out to
next
the Queen. Shout out to the
week.
podcast.
Peace. Insane.